Dwight Marvin Duncan, better known as Bushman, is an international roots and culture reggae singer. From Fire Bona Weak Heart, Call the Hearse, Worries and Problems, or Downtown, this St. Thomas native has given us a slew of cultural and conscious hits. And today we are really honored to journey with Bushman on the road to success. Bushman, welcome and thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to take us on your journey.
Hey Kashima, give thanks. It's a pleasure to be here on your
All right, I
platform. I
know
really
you're talking Bushman, but I'm not
do.
hearing you. Just see if
You
your
are here, man.
microphone is muted.
Oh, somebody could have turned me up. I'm
Still
on
not
mute.
hearing you, but I know you're receiving the
Now
welcome that
I'm
we're
hearing
giving
you
you.
loud and
We're
clear,
not
but I'm.
hearing Bushman, but what we can
Gosh.
do is perhaps, in the interest of time, is to call Bushman. Um, Bushman, go ahead. I think I'm
Yes.
hearing. Yes, man. May I hear you now? I hearing
That
you
me
now,
know.
Bushman. All right.
That me
We're
know.
saying
Yeah.
welcome. It's been forever. It feels like forever.
True,
Long
true.
time. Not true.
About 4 years, me don't know. This
Yeah.
pandemic, this
Yes.
pandemic, and for a while, I myself have seen you like online doing your thing, like not
The
being literally
virtual.
in the station. So me know really and truly this corona thing change up a lot of things, right?
No, absolutely. It has, we remember those who
Yes.
have lost their lives, but it also created a lot of opportunities. So you understand, so the
Mhm.
digital space, you can utilize it better. But we're,
Utilize it more,
yes,
most
yes.
definitely.
So let's kick off, with your foundation. You're always heighting up St. Thomas, so it's no news to anybody that you hail from St. Thomas. But what was it like
Definitely.
for Dwight Duncan growing up in St. Thomas as a child?
Well, it was adventurous because I mean, like, I was born in Stanton, I was in Scheme. That's a part of Spring Gardens. It is historically known for Paul Bogle and the Rebellion. You know what I say?
Mm,
Stony Gut is like a part of Spring Gardens also, you know? And Paul Bogle is from Stony Gut. But Spring Gardens side now is more like river, you catch your janga, you go to your bush, you plant your food, you reap food and come home. But then license now was more like leaving country and go to town, which is
mm-hmm.
country in a country now, but more like a town
Yes.
side where the beaches, you get more like the upgraded mango like Julian, East Indian and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And growing up as a child, one of the smooth thing about it is that we always have to create our own amusement. So as a youth growing up, when the seasons come like the kite season, the gig season, the the truck season, you have a season where we have to make a box truck and the best box truck wins the competition. You have a next season now where you have to make your board wheel truck, which is this truck where you have to put on a stick with your steering to steer it and you look on at the side. These are our amusement as opposed to today where you have your iPhone and
Mm-hmm. The
your iPads and
gadgets.
stuff. You know? But Gilbert now was really one of the change really in a Jamaica in my life, really. That's when music take a toll much more. Because
Okay.
it started in the church really, where, you know, I was called the Archangel at age 12 because mom's side of the family is Christian, but dad's side of the family are Rasta, you know? So ever since, Rasta has always been in the household. But known in the Guinness Book of World Record that Jamaica has the most churches per square mile. Most of us as artists, especially singers, when you ask where the thing started, we can refer to the church.
Mm-hmm.
Because even as a youth growing up, I think most people can say our best clothes was our Sunday clothes. And if you know this folk song that says, all me Sunday best clothes in a kerosene pan, in a kerosene pan, in a kerosene pan, yeah. All me Sunday best clothes in a kerosene pan, and the morning is so far away. Miss Lou used to sing that song too,
So
you
Bushman,
know?
what was that dynamic like in your household? Mommy a Christian, and then now your dad a Rasta man. Were there culture clashes? Describe that dynamic for us.
Um, yeah, biblically, like
Mm-hmm.
mom would want to prove biblically why we should go to church and praise Jesus as a Christ.
Mm-hmm.
And dad would want to refer why His Imperial Majesty Emperor Haile King Selassie is seen as Christ in his kingly character.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of controversial, but through the pace and the test of time, listening, using the government, which I want a lot of people to know that the government is really a head, which have the seven seals. Your eyes, two, your ears, four, your nostrils, six, and your mouth, seven holes, which is the seven seals. And if you can use them, which can obtain the seven senses, which I think we have more than seven senses. But if you use these five common senses the way they're supposed to, then it ignites the rest of senses, which you would call intuition, or you have an next word for it. But me use them thing there and calculate and know right from wrong, because my parent, one of the things is that they would force religion on me,
Mm-hmm.
but because of, of curiosity and aspirations, one would go and research when I hear my parents speak, just to find my own reality. So it was a challenge, and it was
Mm-hmm.
an experience, but I learned from both sides.
Yeah, and I like that. I like the fact that you said that they didn't really force anything on you, so you really
Anything.
had that opportunity to pull from both and more a lot of information. So here it is,
Right,
Archangel at 12 singing in the church, and then
right.
as a teenager you became a selector now for Black Star Line at St. Thomas Sound System, using the
Hmm.
name Junior Melody. So how you go,
Right.
Bushman, now from Archangel in the church to the sound system?
Well, so Gilbert, as I said, was that big bang. It changed
Mm-hmm.
Jamaica a lot also. And musically, it changed dancehall and make it more like not just party, but a way and means of survival, you know, which you would see more people trying to promote through that time. You would see more people coming at the dance gate within them days. You know, the peanut man, the cane man, the soup man, the can man. That was a way how people survive and still is. You know,
Mm-hmm.
hopefully it don't change because it's our culture and I love it so much. Um, when Gilbert blew, school was really not getting back together for about 8 months. So I cling to the sound system. Black Star Line was the sound system. In singing on the sound system was always a thing that I've been doing. But getting the chance to go to studio with Mr. Gardner to cut dub plates was the next move, within my experience, to really take on my trade the way I wanted to, because I know what I wanted ever since I was a child.
Mm-hmm.
I told my teachers I want to be an entertainer. So this has been my tunnel vision
Dream.
ever
Mm-hmm.
since, you know? So getting this chance now with Mr. Gardner to really go to a Arrows or a King Jammies, to really be in the studio, to see dub plates cutting, was another experience, because I mean, holding the mic on the sound system and singing is one, but standing behind a microphone with an earphone over your head to really deliver is a next experience,
Wow.
which going to studio and cutting dub plates gave me that chance to get that experience, you know?
And
So
I want you to talk a little bit more about the dub plate culture because it runs deeper than the average music lover would know. You know, you're doing a dance, you hear a bad dub plate and you rail up and give a forward. But
true.
talk about the uniqueness of the culture and how dub plates actually changed your life because here it is you're telling us after Gilbert things slow, school shut down, and this provided a financial opportunity for you.
Yes, because I mean, from history, dub plate has
Mm-hmm.
started when, well, the initiative of a song is when that song can play a song that no other song can play. That is how the King Jammies, the Channel One, King Tubbies, that's how it used to be. So an artist would go into the studio and King Tubbies would want that artist to cut a tune where when he goes into the dance hall and play that song, no other song can play. In fact, in those days, if the song is being played on the radio, you would never hear it in the dance hall, but you would hear it in the dance hall first. And as soon as it starts playing on the radio, the authentic sound would stop playing that song because what they would play was something like a special,
Mm-hmm.
which
Exclusive.
then exclusive, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how dub plate really started until it really transformed into
What
different
it is
styles,
today. Yes.
you know? Yeah, most definitely. So going to Arrows and a King Jammies was the 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 the, the, the hustling ground for us as young artists. It works both ways. You're still looking money to put food in your belly, clothes on your back, but you're still looking at bread. And while
Mm-hmm.
doing a dub plate, you're getting publicity, as opposed to before those days when an artist would be on a cassette in order to be publicized. So it would follow a sound system. So as really dancers start transforming, knowing that an artist is not following a sound system, the dub plate would replace that really, you know,
Mm-hmm.
where an
Okay.
artist would really try to put a dub plate together which has that killing style which every sound man attention is
One.
drawn to that dub plate.
Mm-hmm.
They want to play that dub plate. You know what I mean? And it creates an income. And the beauty about it is that you can never plan for that income. You know, it comes at any time, even 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the night. You know what I mean?
You just have to
Which
be ready.
you just have to be ready. And that is no other genre in music as that
Flexibility.
outlet or exhibit where
Mm-hmm.
if an artist is being treated dishonest, business wise, by producers or what, that this is a next way out our artists can earn to really take the shame out and hide. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Have
And
a big
balancing
tune I
thing.
play upon the radio
Yeah,
and
man.
him not really get no returns financially, but dub plate
Provide an
can even
opportunity.
help that artist to get mobile, put a roof over his or her head, and try to promote his or herself.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Yeah, man.
we're gonna go for a quick time signal, Bushman, and then come back. Don't go anywhere.
That's it.
The mission of the Ministry of Legal and Constitutional Affairs includes revising Jamaica's legal and constitutional infrastructure and accelerating the pace of reform. The time by the MLCA is...
It is now 12:47. We are on the road to success and we're journeying with Bushman if you're just joining us. So you're just talking to us about the how the goodness as it relates to dub plates and the different
Dub plates.
opportunities that it
Yes.
provided for an entertainer. So here you are now. After leaving Black Star Line, you went to Kingston to pursue
Kingston.
your
So
an
yeah, well,
opportunity.
hitchhiking was one of the things. I mean, most of the conductors on the St. Thomas buses, no,
Mhm.
Bushman, Junior Melody, you know what I mean? Hitchhiking, trying to boom a ride, sometimes you get put off of the bus because you don't have the fare. You're trying to trick out the doctor. You know what I mean? This 32 miles, 36 miles to Kingston. So at times now, tractor trailers was a way out also. And knowing someone who does iron removal, which really bring goods to and fro from Kingston to St. Thomas, that works in my best interest, you know? So ours was a nesting place. And then after going to ours, learning from my fellow um, artists is
Entertainers.
how to jump on a bus, go to Halfway Tree, catch a next bus to King Jammy's, catch a next bus to Jack Scorpio or whatever. And that is how the things start work, you know, making the thing work. Round about 1992, 93, you know, because, the music, the likes of Abuja Banton and Wayne Wonder, you know, Sanchez, Trilla U, the whole works, so dominant in the music business. It just empowers you, you know. So being around the likes of Alexis, you know, Chopper, BG Man, Screechy Joe, General B, Roundhead, Ghost, because these are people who used to hang out at ours daily, This is our nesting ground, being around these people was like going to school. Like if you miss a day, you would have want to know what happened yesterday when it wasn't there, you know, until we start playing football in the car park. So Steely came around and, he never found me as a great baller. I mean, I tell him, say, this is not about football, this is about music. I come a studio for create music. I talk about football. But I had this car canal boot that was so big. My only boot when I have. So when I play football in it, trying to tackle always is a challenge because somebody can get hurt because my shoes is big. You know what I mean? So Steely feel like me tackle him too rough at times. So me I make him know, say, I can sing. So there and then he gave me an audition to see what I'm made of. Sing something, boy, you can sing. So in those days you have to create a rhythm, beat your chest, So it was rinsing shot in the head, no need to bow, no need to beg. Youngsters, big tune, bad tune, you must say. But I bet you have one tune you have and you only can sing one way. Rastaman tradition. Oh, you naughty bongo congo, will you make it come down? Pan your shoulder, it will come down. And that was like the first tune that was released. And I read him called Heavenless. But he would never release the tune until he found a name because he thought melody was too much in the business of singing melody. The likes of a Mikey melody, the likes of, a couple melodies roundabout. He said too many melodies because my name was Junior Melody at the time. So when him say Bushman, me I say, what kind of name this man I give me, man? This man, I thought, for me, I thought him a ridicule me as a youth to come from country, coming out town. It was just a pretty way to call me the country boy. But doing a research now on the name, Bushman, I found out that the Aborigines in Australia is called the Bushman. And Australia was UK's prison. So most people would get long time and do crazy stuff. They would ship them off to Australia. So then people that go down there and start deal with the Aborigines, them crazy. So the Aborigines them go up north and call themselves the Bushman. And in West of Africa, a Bushman is a medicine man. So there and then, I start putting the pieces together. Yeah, Bushman, Nyaman Bushman, the musical medicine man, So there and then.
In the moment, how did you know to not take offense to being called Bushman and then just kind of do your research and flip it, flip this thing that you thought initially was meant to be negative into something so positive and inspiring. Did you know then, or did you have a mentor or somebody to help you?
Light Stanberry helped me do the research, but he didn't know that I was paying so much attention and creating this know-how in my head. But knowing that they are my producers, I am saying to myself, well, if this man want to call me Bushman, he must have a game plan. So let me try to create. Because one of the good things is when you can create that energy around the name that you have chosen, you know?
Take on.
And, creating that energy was to build on what you know, bring the whole thing to reality. So, me I say, yeah, man, this Bushman, the musical medicine man, other man, we have all kind of medicines for all ailment. So at times you have to hear little Dennis Brown, little Luciana, little Peter Tosh, because all different herbs come through this bush doctor, yeah. You know? Yeah, and me start grew up on the name. So this is when the album came, Nayaman Chant.
Nayaman Chant.
The debut album. This is how the concept was built. Nayaman Chant. I found a CD in my producer's network that they made for a company called Cutting Edge in Japan. And this was like musical interludes. So I started writing for these interludes. So Cannabis was one of the world-renowned songs. Adi Cannabis, the original this, doctor put it in a me pill and it cure sickness. Adi Cannabis. Which is Billboard magazine wrote paragraphs on this song, and Nayaman Chant was re-released on Green Steve as a classic album. I mean, Nayaman Chant is one of my biggest songs to date. That is why Nayaman Bushman, Nayaman always comes before Bushman. That's how we treat it, the Nayaman Bushman. Because traveling internationally, whenever I sing Nayaman Chant, people can really identify you. That see the crowd start moving in a different energy. See the Nayaman, the Bingy man a chant chant. Hey, the Rasta man, the Bingy man a chant chant. Hey, the Nayaman, the Bingy man a chant chant. You know what I mean? So that's how the concept of the album really created, the Bushman.
From the name. But here it is, Bushman, you got this success through Steely and Cleavy's connection, Grow Your Natty, Rinse Him, Shot Him Head, like you mentioned, the Nayaman Chant, the album. How did this early success impact the life of Bushman?
Well, it changed. It moves me from poverty financially. But there and then, the mission and the vision is to be around the people and give it back to the community. I don't think St. Thomas people understand what I really want to do for St. Thomas as yet. But I'm still having this push and this desire to do what I am supposed to do. I really want to get so monumental in St. Thomas, create some avenues where the generation next can really process themselves and becomes leaders of the next generation. And through a thing called Football in Style, we have been trying. It's a non-profitable organization. So really and truly, the impact of a Steely and Cleavy, which was my first producers, create the debut album Nayaman Chant, with the likes of, so many tunes, Carliers, that which people know as Rinse and Shot in Head. I mean, we get some great songs in the dancer, like a cover version. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone, my day will come. My days are magic because Jah guides me all the way. My day will come. All of them songs are up on Nine chant, you know. And, you know, we stay in a St. Thomas, we don't move because, we, as I've said before, we really want to get monumental,
The
give
purpose
back
is
to our
bigger.
community, which I've been doing, yes. But my vision, ever since I've gotten the break and you've asked the
Bushman,
question,
Bushman,
yeah,
as you speak of break, we're gonna have to go to a break. We have
go to a
titles
break.
coming up, so
Mhm.
stick and stay.
Bless.
When me use Island Fresh with aloe vera, it make me skin feel so much smoother. So if you want to feel better and smell fresher, use Island Fresh with aloe vera.
Manufactured by Island Products, 934-0666.
The time is
It is now 12:29. We are standing by. Listen up, your top draw dollars. Pick two, pick three, pick four. Hot pick and cash pot. Lunchtime draws up next.
That is you shot, man.
Welcome to the official live drawing of the Supreme Ventures Lottery Games. This could be your lucky day. Get your tickets out and let the games begin.
Good afternoon. It's Thursday, June 1, 2023. I'm Kimon and welcome to this afternoon's Supreme Ventures live game draw. Now, before we begin, here's winning numbers. Please be reminded that all Supreme Ventures live draws are provided by the Gaming and Lotteries Commission and observed by the independent auditing firm PwC. Now, let's put some money in your top draw this afternoon's job is $100,000. Here are the top numbers and good luck. Here we go. The first winning top draw number is 3. Your second winning top draw number coming down is a 12. And following 12, what will it be? At 14. And after 14, we have a 10. And the final number
Top draw.
from 2. And now let's pick your play with our dollars game. I do hope you're feeling lucky. And here we go. Starting dollars off this afternoon is 22. And following 22 we have 35. Coming down next is 24. After 24, what will it be? That's 27. Coming down slowly but surely is 19. And we're halfway there this afternoon with 3. And after 3, here comes 18. And the following 18 is a 34. What's next? Let's see. That's a lucky number 4. And here comes ball number 9. We're almost there with 23. And your final dollars number is 16. Now for some easy winnings with our pizza game, let's play. And here we go, the first winning pick 2 number is 7. Your second winning pick 2 number is 9. So once again, the winning pick 2 numbers are 7 and 9. Up next, you can play it 3 ways. It's our pick 3 game. And we go, the first winning number this afternoon is 0. Your second winning pick 3 number, here it comes, is 6. And the third and the final winning pick 3 number is 5. So once again, the winning pick 3 numbers are 0 and 5. Now it's time to top up your winnings. Get ready for pick 4.
Turn up your winnings.
Winning pick 4 this afternoon is 7. Second winning pick 4 number is also 7. The third winning pick 4 number this afternoon is a 2. And the fourth and the final winning pick
Turn up your winnings.
winning pick 4 numbers are 7, 2.
Your winnings.
It's also 7. The third winning pick 4 number this afternoon is a 2. And the fourth and the final winning pick 4 number is also 2. So once again, the winning pick 4 numbers are 7, 7, 2, and 2. Now it's easy for win, so let's heat things up with hot pick. And the winning hot pick number is 3. Congratulations to all hot pick winners. Again, the winning number is 3. Now you can win $280 for every $10 winning cash pot bet. Let's get ready to play our cash pot game for Thursday, June 1, 2023. You live to play it, but can you win it? Get ready to be a big cash pot winner, and let's see what the winning cash pot number will be. And this afternoon's winning cash pot number is 20. Congratulations to all cash pot winners. Again, the winning number is a 20. Now let's mega your winnings and good luck. And here we go. And the white ball has been selected. And now it's time for the monster winnings. Here we go. And here it comes. Will it be monster or will it be white? Let's see. It's coming right up. Keep those tickets out. And the white ball has been selected. Remember to go mega and monster 6 times per day for cash pot for more chances to win. Again, the winning cash pot number is 20. The lucky mark is sick person. And for mega, a white ball was selected for pick 3, pick 4 cash pot and hot pick. And for monster, a white ball was selected for cash pot. Now let's take a look at this afternoon's winning numbers, and of course congratulations to everyone who won. A huge congrats to our 2 lotto winners. The $49 million winning ticket was purchased in Portmore and the $35 million winning ticket was purchased in Meadowbrook. Check your tickets now, millionaires, and do join us again at 3 p.m. for more games you love to play. I'm Kimone. Have a supreme afternoon.
Hope you were a big winner. Play your favorite Supreme Ventures games every day and tune in for our live draw 6 times a day at 8:30 a.m., 10:30 a.m., 1 p.m., 3 p.m., 5 p.m., and 8:25 p.m. on this station. Supreme Ventures, making winners every day.
That was the lunchtime top draw dollars, pick 2, pick 3, pick 4, hot pick, and cash pot draws. Congratulations to all of today's winners. Join us again at 3 p.m. for another chance to win in hot pick and cash pot special pot draws. If you're just joining us, we are on the road to success and we're journeying with none other than the Naya man, Bushman.
Yeah, you me uncle. God have mercy. The amount of divestment when we see a one white necks and private sectors that are take over. This governmental system only create the prostitutes and robbers and thieves. The amount of factories when we see closed down the other day. And people without jobs and weekend salaries. Why? Worries and problems. But ghetto youths are working hard to survive. But politicians still coming with bribe. But then the youths are holding on, worries and pride.
We're on the road to success. We're journeying with Bushman. Now, before we went to the cash pot break, we were hearing from Bushman, just how he got his start and how he put meaning to the name Bushman. And, how everything kick-started for him through the Steely and Cleavy dynamic collaboration right there. So many hits. So we're waiting to rejoin Bushman. Standing by.
Leave us in desolation. Hey. And our worries and problems. Cause ghetto youths are working hard to survive. But then the system is just giving a fight. But all the youths are holding on. Our worries and problems. Then the youths are working hard to survive. But then the system is giving a fight. Ghetto youths are holding on. Oh Lord, the city is congested with robbers and thieves. And so many homeless youths got nowhere to sleep. Yes, I also see them eating out of rubbish heaps. And cocaine and smugglers keep on roaming the streets. Why? And our worries and problems. I get to youths I work hard to survive. But then the system keep on giving a fight. But get to youths are holding on. Our worries and problems. I get to youths now get no blind. Give the youths a try. Hey, me I'm telling you now, oh Lord have mercy. bouncing, shot in head. No need to ball, no need to beg. Gangsters no see even lead. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Another skull bus, mother receive another gunman dead. Family and friends once more fish and bread. Somebody call the earth, 'cause the body's getting stink. It needs to leave the turf. Make it quick because it's getting worse. Gangsta no fed, no powder, gunmen night and nurse. Them say them gun no giant lodge, nor it no giant church. Oh Lordy, another gunman gone in the cemetery tonight. Oh Lord.
We're in the midst of Road to Success, the journey. We're journeying with Bushman, just waiting, of course, to rejoin the Naya Man.
Boys and no say no way. Rude boys are gonna lose them life. Come on. So now I realize it's just pure war and just pure crime. Mankind is crazy. Lord have mercy. Well then, man keep busting Glock.
I'm seeing the Naya Man. I'm seeing you, Bushman.
Easy. Lord have mercy. Why? Well,
All right. So, Bushman, not sure what happened there, but we're just going to continue the conversation. Of course, you know your story can be told.
Are you hearing me clearly, though?
I'm hearing you clearly. Of course, you know your story cannot be told in 1 hour, and a lot of times
Most
just blew
definitely.
up a while ago. So we're gonna have to fast track it. So here it is. Initially, you were talking to us about the Steely and Cleavy connection, and you know,
Yeah.
the definition of
Yeah,
Bushman.
quickly, I just want St. Thomas and the world to know that the reason why and being on this platform, knowing what my values and what I'm supposed to do, I just want to give back to my community. I just that one. That's what I want to do.
Awesome. And you know, you mentioned footballing style, and further in the interview, we're going to talk a little bit about that and what your plans are for that. Now, to just fast track a bit, you know, you started out Steely and Cleavy. You also did some work with the late Bobby Digital,
Yeah.
King Jammies.
Yeah.
You mentioned arrows at the beginning of the interview. With all of these musical connections, Bushman, is there any life lessons that you have learned from any of these partnerships that still resonates with you or has changed the way you operate or even do business?
Yeah, I've learned a lot of lessons, so much to speak about. But musically, you know, I have learned a lot from Steely and Cleavy, which enables me to move better in my studio, because I have a studio right now that at times I'm forced to be my own engineer. You know, being in St. Thomas so far, road under construction, so on and so forth. You know, King Jammies, I've learned from him. Business-wise, I've learned from Donovan Jermaine. And Stevie Face as an artist has taught me a lot through this thing here, because him have a business head, and trust me, he's a powerful little youth, business-wise, you know. And as a singer, he is powerful too. Big up St. Thomas, Stevie Face, St. Thomas artist, you know. Yeah, and you know, the music, the whole fraternity and what it has done for me, making me travel, learning the diversity of culture, learning the way of life of other nations, learning how to value myself, knowing that Jamaica is paradise. I hope Jamaican people knows that, and I really acknowledges that. And the state where we're at now, I think we need to pull together more than being in your little corner and I in mine, power struggling. You know, the music has taught me that togetherness is the great, because music is the greatest teacher. So if us as artists can pull together and have a vision to give back to the generation next, not just to the community, but to the kids, because I think that musically we haven't paid much attention to the next generation. I don't think we are teach them the right things musically, and music is the greatest teacher. And what music has taught me is that if you spread your bed hard, you'll lay down hard. And if you spread your bed soft, you'll lay down soft. So it's on us within the fraternity. From you have asked me a question, and I now stop elaborate on that. From what I've learned, us in the fraternity of music, the radio disc jockeys, the producers of music, the writers, the composers, the entertainers. Me think we need to know place and time and regulate what we do.
No, well said. Absolutely well said. And on the notion of lessons, you would have had experiences where you're a part of contractual agreements, that has fell through the cracks in the past. What advice?
Be careful what you sign. Cause
Right.
some things get you victimized. And it will, yeah, because I have signed contracts that have hurt me. I think one of the things is that ego and desperation, those are two things that can really make you just want to put your signature on something without even get to the bottom of the fine prints and stuff like that, because you gotta see a dollar sign and through desperation, you know what I mean, our ego, you want to get there and have the second thought there. It's good to really, I think one of the greatest things or the greatest way to approach life is to be a bystander within anything that you approach. Just stand outside of it and look into it before you really approach it. Because when you step into it, you are a part of it, so you can't see what I'm going to get. So just before you do that, just be that bystander and just observe before you really get into it.
All right, fair enough. No, we know, like on the journey and on the road to success, we are not exempt from negative situations and circumstances. No. And you have had situations and circumstances, including run-ins with the law. How were you able on your journey, Bushman, and as a cultural and a conscious entertainer, to not allow these situations to define who you are and not seep into your consciousness and hold firm?
I think audience fans, because I think for me, one of the things that work for me is the social platform, the YouTubes, the IGs, the Twitters. When you can go under those, whatever is being posted and read the comments, for me, that is what empowers me. When we can really see the thoughts of people towards myself, what I do, and what I am about. And that is one thing that really empowers you, defines who you are, show you how people see you. And if you have flaws, you can't fix it because it's like a mirror, and it reflects whatever you are and what you are about.
But some of those comments that you read to empower you, social media is a space also where people feel like
you have negative comments, princess. And that empowers me too, because trust me, the yes man thing is not like for me. Like it's good when you get critiques where really make you go back and think. Yeah, objective critiques will make you go back and look in the mirror. Not literally the mirror, but just go into yourself. Go question yourself.
Introspect.
And trust me, some people that want have people that go and delete certain things, or people that say like objective towards you. You don't want nobody deleted, Kashima. I want to read about it. I want somebody tell me, say, me can't sing and why me can't sing. and what me can think me can't sing. I make me go work on it.
Have you
Tell
have
me
you
some.
ever have you
Tell me
ever
some me have me sing too much of these topic. Make me try find other topics. Tell me some me need for address that situation. Yeah. Let me go and address that situation. You know what I mean? That works for me.
have you ever had an example, or can you share with us an example? Have you ever had a situation where whether it's a comment or an individual or just people say things to you that cause you to take a step back and look at Bushman and kind of reassess yourself? Can you give us an example, or have you ever had that?
Yeah. I've had people say, yo, go learn to sing. You sound nasal.
What?
Yeah. You sound nasal, and it make me go back and check, and it make me sing better. Yeah, I have heard songs that and people. I mean, when you have fans, them don't really notice certain things, and and it make me go back go even steam like steam. Yeah, I have ways how I do like. I don't know if other singers do it, but like you use the eucalyptus oil and
Well,
the smelling salt and stuff, and you put it in the water and put the towel over your head in that warm water and you steam, and it really clears your passage, go right back to your stomach, and any form of mucus or stuff, it really moves it, you know. So that's a one kind of thing that a person would have said. And next thing again, like a man would have said to me, say, I remember this virgin comment, Bushman, you have too much lyrics in a one tune. One of your tune can build 2, 3 tune. You put too much lyrics in them. And, then we start thinking and say, yo, Bushy, the 2 verse and repeat the second verse, the first verse. And you're good. I'm learning, these are ways how you learn. I love them thing there. I mean, and then the things that empowers me, like people that say, yo, Lion, you have one of the best voices in a reggae. Yo, Lion, your voice big. You shake me like thunder with, like, just the other day I went to this Peter Tosh event in California. And trust me, like, people would have just come in and said, this is Lion, when him roar, the walls of Babylon shake. And those things empowers me, I mean, like, you don't get crowned in your country, like when I say king don't get crowned in your country. And at times, it empowers me too, like me there St. Thomas and I hear people say some things were negative on it. Really empowers me, make me really not trying to live up to the expectations of society, but trying to make a better me.
And that's
better
what it is
version
all
of
about.
me.
Yeah, man.
Yes, definitely.
As you mentioned, Peter Tosh, Bushman sings the Bush Doctor, genius idea.
Genius idea.
Tell us about this tribute to Peter Tosh and what the impact or influence Peter Tosh has on the life and music of Bushman.
Ever since, because Daddy as a Rasta man, always played dominantly conscious music in the house. So Peter, and then when Peter passed, it was nostalgic. You know what I mean? For maybe about 3 months, that nostalgic energy of Peter's voice through every radio airwave, every corner, every turn. And when Peter sing it, sound like rain a fall upon your house top. Like you just have to pay attention. You know what I mean? So I thought the name Bushman was ordained, So then this company approached me, Art to Art, with Lighthouse, which was the first song that I was about to sing that wasn't penned by Bushman. So when Lighthouse was produced and released, a lot of people were saying, Peter Tosh, is this an old Peter Tosh that never been released or whatever? And doing interviews, I have to answer a lot of questions and treading through different borders. When people identify I and I to reggae, they would have said Bob Marley. So there and then the idea of paying a tribute to Peter Tosh came into play because I think Peter has played a tremendous role also, you know? So Bushman sings the Bush Doctor was the vision. Yeah. Knowing that Peter Tosh has played that role and people keep saying Lighthouse, Lighthouse, Lighthouse. So I was approached by Glenn Brownie. That's Cleveland Brownie from Steely and Cleavy's brother, bass player. And he was the first one who produced Buckingham Palace, you know, which was the first Peter Tosh that was sung. I said this and I always get in trouble. And would have said it without apology. I think Glenn Brownie would have played that perfect role producing Bushman sing the Bush Doctor. But then again, this is why I say unity should be the uttermost, because I mentioned it, Donovan Germain was the producer, but I mentioned to Donovan to have Glenn Brownie as a musical director of the album. Because this man knows where to find the musicians to get back that authentic sound. And paying that tribute to Peter, I think we should really play more interest in other party. You know what I mean? I think the album is great, but it could be greater. And you know, saying that I wasn't in the studio most of the time when the rhythms were being created. I just go and hear them. You know, and then I have to add my personality to what I've heard. While me think if me did a nice studio and the whole way I go down together, then it would be so much greater. You know? But it was beautiful. It never happened the way I wanted it to. I end up have to be buying Bushman Sing the Bush Doctor for $6 a unit to carry and tour to sell. But it worked because I bought for $6 a unit and I sold for $20 a unit. So it worked. You know, it was licensed to VP. And then business-wise now, we have to be smart because I own 50% of the masters because I'm 50% executive producer. And it was licensed to VP Records for 10 years. I'm supposed to go pick it up back to and re-release it because I think it was being shelved. Just like Signs album with Downtown and Lighthouse. You know,
where you think Signs was shelved?
It was shelved.
Have mercy on them souls. Let me hear some more.
Believe you me.
Talk to me.
All right, so
you know, it's your whole heap of things you said, oh Bushman. You know,
a whole heap of things I said, and because
you
at times
depth,
just get, I got, it's like when time I do that, the water just get tempest and the sea just start rage, and then it create people just start behave like me and this, you know what I mean? But all right,
it is
so,
your truth, and I know you're trying your best to censor it.
Truth about it, myself and Kings of Kings, Highly Dread, the executive producer. All right, so Lighthouse was produced by Art to Art, which the contract that I have, that 45 single contract that I have, gives me an option to put a single on my album if I want to. So this is how Lighthouse came on Signs album, right? But Downtown now was the next hit. These two songs hit with 2 videos before it was licensed to VP. After it was licensed to VP, that's where it stopped. We never get a next single. We never put out a next single off our album. There wasn't a next video. Now, if you notice, even Bushman had a whole heap of video, you know. Just the other day, we started creating videos like Cynicism. We have Somewhere from the album Conquering Lion that was released 2018 by My Music House, Burning Bushes Music. The album is so beautiful. It hasn't got proper I mean, when the album was released and I was doing network promotion on it, one person said to me, Bushman, you know one of the problem? You always put out good albums, but they never get good promotion.
Why
for me, Nyaman Chart was one of the only albums that got that kind of promotion. And I still wasn't there to represent Nyaman Chant. You know, because I started touring after the release of 2 albums, Nyaman Chant and Total Commitment. You know, Total Commitment with Buna Fire Pana Weekat. And tracks like with the them I go do with the rice a burn up and can't swell. Be a tune upon the album there. So we never did have a manager. I told Jammys I never wanted the second album to come out without me having a manager. So I was introduced to Marcia Simpson,
That's
Lucky Simpson's wife. She, you know, being this youth where come from the country and we never been exposed to certain things business-wise, I see Miss Simpson as a mother. So most of the time, them say artists now give manager the chance to perform the way they should. So me give her our space to perform. But a lot of dishonesty did happen, you know? I mean, some great things happen. Some great things really happen. But some wonderful dishonest things happen. And that is why we have our disagreement in 2002 we passed, you know? But we were able to tour maybe 3/4 of the world, from the Caribbean to Europe to Africa, you know, and create great waves. But it's not good when people start managing in the best interest of themselves and their family, you know? It's not great.
And lose sight of what's important. But
right.
You know, like we're hearing from you, and I know that you're condensing a lot of it, and you know you're not giving us the 100, because I've done a deep dive into the Bushman research, so I know there's.
Well, really and truly, yeah, because all right, let me tell you what, man. Really and truly, like 2002, like we went to Bahamas, and I constantly having this back and forth with my manager. Oh, the money where much she's been charging promoters is too small, because seeing the turnout, because Bushman becomes this artist who work in concert, you know, and the turnouts that we have seen, we know, so we're supposed to get more. While she was getting more and not telling me, she was acting as if. And every time we're supposed to go in and audit and get contracts and everything together, it was pushed aside at all times. So this time now, when we went to Bahamas, myself and my band leader, Ian Coleman, Beezy, we go for pick up a per diem, and we realize that on a $25 a day, we get a $50. And I learned that I was working for 5,000 US, I was working for 8,000 US dollars. So automatically now, management will get $4,000 out of the 8, and me will get 4 for pay my band member and myself. So this is when me come home now, and me really mad because the pot been boiling for a while, because our agreement that we have contractually was that every annual I would get my accountant to come and do the books and make sure that our contracts and everything is in line and everything is right. But every time that happened, it was pushed aside until everything wind down
and it boiled up
to that situation there.
So with all the lessons that you have learned, and you know, moving forward with your career,
them say them shred. Hold on, Miss Francis. Them say them shred the whole of me. All right. So Nyaman Chant, I owned Nyaman Chant 5 years after it was released, and that's in my contract.
Steely and Cleavy.
Steely and Cleavy. And my manager claims that she shred my files. No, she have the contract there for proof, said I'm supposed to collect my thing. And she claims that she shred my files. You can't shred people's files.
Right, and in layman terms, what does that mean for you? And intellectual property, like what does it mean?
Yeah, because I mean, like a contract with me and my producer is supposed to be also involved with the recording company that distributes the album, which is Green Steve, which is now bought by VP. But check this now, Kishima. All of the distributors named Chris, Christopher Columbus, them, Chris Cracknell, Chris Whitewell, Chris Chin, Chris, call the Chris them, man. Christopher Columbus, them, man.
Wow. It is 1:34 and we are absolutely out of time, but
Oh, you have to do this again because if you really want me to talk up, we can talk up still,
No, look, I need to invite you. That's why it's your journey.
Really have to do this again.
It is to share it. No, we have to, Bushman.
Yeah, but sometimes because really and truly, we go all out at all times, But, I mean, Kashima, say April 22nd gone. I'm a half a century that.
Wow.
50 years old. 50 years. I do give thanks because I now walk with no stick and
you don't look
my medical shows say everything intact. Which I'm grateful for. And I can change anything that I can change, and what I can't change, I'll move on. And to be alive is one, because, there's some mentor and him not know, And me talk with the king, and the king tell me, say, Bushman, and when me at 45, me start make money out of reggae.
Wow.
So, Miss Francis, one I think is just make sure say your teeth now dig your grave. And stay focused on your talent, your career. Be aware. Be self-aware. Be self-conscious. Value yourself. Have a great self-esteem. With them four there, it creates a thing called self-confidence. Marcus the Messiah tell me, say, a man with confidence win before him even start.
Yes.
So one's have to just be aware, man.
Wow. Bushman, that is so crazy to say that you started making money in reggae at the age of 45 and this year you turned 50. That is absolutely wild. I will have to invite you again so we can have a part 2 where we go in depth and leave no stone unturned.
No stone unturned.
Yes.
Miss Francis, give thanks. RFM, always pushing my career. Miss Francis, you're always there. You know what I say? One big up. One big up the whole RFM family. One big up St. Thomas. One big up Stevie Face from St. Thomas. Taurus Riley. One big up Popcorn. One big up La Bass. One big up a youth called Ritical. One big up the producers, them out of St. Thomas. So one big up the Mia. But here we are going now before me leave. I want to tell the government, say, the road now properly supervised. Currently, the time when we take to lift the road so high that it will start flood out people's home. I think the road is finished already. We have packed the road so high, Miss Francis. The road is above the ground that people sits on. So St. Thomas will flood out, We don't really have fixed the problem, We have create a problem. You know what I mean? And it's been like from little bit in 2019 rolling over to now. We have about 3 years fixing this road. I'm gonna think it out done till about 25, if it even finish. Because I've learned that some of the money done already. I eat off. And trust me, St. Thomas I get a bad beating because out of Harborview, them widen the road and give people them money, push out them fence, give them what them forget. And them now the St. Thomas people no money because of what? The Marant Bay Rebellion.
Wow.
Now, being on this platform, me I get little time. Me I urge St. Thomas people to pay attention, Unite and love on yourself, And be aware of what happening and don't just full on up belly, Belly food alone can't work.
Well said, Bushman. On that note, you're really gonna have to go. And you said it best in this track, your new music, I Believe. This one says, Kishima, please tell Bushman I love him so very much. much. His music is my peace. Coming from Senika.
Though it's hard to be, man still I carry jalo, even though it's a heavy load. The road is rough, but I'm still holding on. Everybody feel irate when they're listening.
Get a juicy The Classic from Wendy's. Wendy's Dave's Classic, the juicier, tastier burger.
The time by Wendy's is